The alien queen traced my scar and said, "Here lies my heart." I stood frozen. Beginning. The wound that wouldn't heal. The scar had never faded. 3 years since the Battle of New Dalaran. 3 years since the plasma bolt cut across my chest like a column of fire. And still, the mark glowed faintly in the dark, pale blue, humming as if alive. MedTech said it was nerve damage mixed with alien residue. They called it post-contact luminescence. But I knew it was more than that, because every time I dreamed, I saw her, the one who had given me the wound. Queen Illyra of the Varelians. The memory was a wound of its own. Her violet eyes, shimmering like nebular gas, staring down at me as her blade pierced my armor. She could have killed me then, but she stopped. Her expression flickered, uncertain, before she whispered something in her language. I never learned what. Then everything went dark. When I woke up in the medbay, the war was over. Humanity had won. The Varelian Empire had surrendered. Their queen had vanished. Now I was just Captain Ronan Vale, ex-soldier turned cargo pilot. I ferried supplies between colonies in the outer fringe, a quiet job for a man who'd seen too much. I thought the ghosts would fade among the stars, but the scars still glowed, a haunting reminder of a war that didn't feel finished. Then one day, I took a contract to transport an unmarked container from the ruined colony of Threx 9 to the research outpost at Acheron's Halo. The coordinates were deep in no man's space, close to what used to be Varelian territory. The pay was triple the usual rate. I should have known better. But the stars have a way of luring you back to your nightmares. Middle, the cargo that breathed. The journey started like any other. My freighter Soul Runner drifted through the violet clouds of the Lumen Belt. Sensors on passive, hull lights dimmed. I was alone, or so I thought. Halfway through the second day, the ship's AI pinged me. Captain Vale, motion detected in Cargo Bay 2. I froze. Cargo Bay 2 was sealed. The container that was supposed to be cryo-locked and unbreachable. I grabbed my plasma pistol and headed down. The door hissed open, and a rush of cold air hit me. The containment pod was open, frost steaming off its sides. And standing before it was her. The same silver blue skin, the same glowing eyes. Queen Illyra, though thinner, paler, dressed in some kind of stasis gown. Her gaze fixed on me like the past had just walked into the present. "Ronan Vale," she said softly, her voice musical but roughened by time. "You carry my scar." I nearly dropped the pistol. My chest pulsed, the scar burning. You're supposed to be dead." She tilted her head, eyes shimmering. "Perhaps I was, until you brought me here." My mind spun. "That crate was my prison," she interrupted. "Your scientists wanted to dissect me. I escaped before the process was complete. I remember your face. Soldier, the last human I spared." Her gaze felt my chest, to the faint glow under my shirt. Slowly, she stepped closer. I should have stopped her, but something in her presence made the air feel thinner, sacred. Her fingers brushed my chest, tracing the outline of the scar. Wherever she touched, warmth spread like sunlight on metal. Then she whispered, "Here lies my heart." I froze. What the hell does that mean? She looked up at me, a sadness deeper than space in her eyes. "When I struck you down in battle, my blade was not ordinary. It carried a symbiote, the essence of my people. It was meant to kill you, but it bonded instead. A fragment of me lives inside you." My pulse thundered. "You're saying I've been infected?" "Not infected," she said. "Connected." Before I could reply, the ship jolted violently. Alarms blared. "Warning! Hostile vessels approaching." Through the viewport, I saw them. 3 sleek Varelian cruisers. Their hulls glowed the same color as my scar. Illyra's face hardened. "They've found me." "Your people?" Her jaw tightened. "Not mine. Not anymore. They serve the regent, the one who betrayed me and seized my throne." The comm crackled. A voice hissed in alien syllables, then translated. "Human vessel, you harbor the traitor queen. Surrender her, and your death will be swift." I turned to Illyra. "Why should I die for you?" Her eyes glistened, not with pride, but something close to regret. "Because if they capture me, they'll kill you too. That mark on your chest? They can sense it." The ship shuddered again, a plasma bolt grazing the hull. "Then we fight," I said. She nodded once, like a queen accepting a knight's vow. Middle continued. Fire in the void. I ran to the cockpit. Illyra close behind. She moved like someone remembering how to breathe. Fragile but powerful. I tossed her the co-pilot's headset. "You know how to handle human tech?" Her eyes flickered with faint amusement. "I taught your engineers half of it." She was right. The Varelian designs had inspired human warp engines. Together, we dove into the storm. The Soul Runner wasn't a warship, but she had a few tricks. Stealth drives, magnetic flares, and a pulse cannon I'd illegally mounted after the war. We skimmed through asteroid debris, dodging incoming fire. Illyra's hands danced over the controls. "Rerouting energy flows faster than I could think. Your weapons are primitive," she said, "but your courage is not." "Thanks," I grunted, jerking the ship into a roll. "Remind me to survive so I can enjoy the compliment later." One cruiser broke formation, moving to flank us. Illyra's eyes glowed, and the ship's console pulsed with alien symbols. A beam of violet energy burst from the cargo bay, ripping through the enemy's hull. I stared. You just... I access a fragment inside you, she said. It amplifies energy. Your scar is a conduit. The realization hit me, like a shockwave. You're using me as a weapon. I'm using what we share, she said gently. If you let me, we can survive. The second cruiser fired, a barrage of plasma rounds tearing past the viewport. Illyra pressed her palm to my chest again. Pain seared through me, and for a second I saw stars not outside but inside my skull, threads of light connecting her to me, pulsing like a heartbeat. Together, we released another blast, brighter, sharper. The cruiser disintegrated. The third ship hesitated. Illyra slumped, trembling. It won't stop. The connection. I caught her before she fell. Hey, stay with me. Her eyes fluttered. They'll send more. We have to reach Acheron's halo. There's something there, something I left behind. The journey through shadows. For 2 days, we drifted through nebular storms and sensor ghosts. Illyra slept most of the time, recovering strength. I couldn't stop staring at her, not just because she was alien, beautiful, and dangerous, but because there was something hauntingly human about her pain. When she finally woke, we sat on the observation deck, watching the blue gas of a dying star swirl outside. Tell me, I said quietly, what really happened? The warrior fall, all of it. She took a long breath. The Varelians once believed emotion was weakness. We ruled through logic, conquest, and control. But I saw something different in your kind. Chaos, yes, but also compassion. I wanted peace. My council called it treason. So they overthrew you. She nodded. The regent claimed I had been corrupted by humans. They used my own soldiers to imprison me. When you and I fought, it was not chance. He sent me to die in that battle. And when you spared me, I chose to defy him, she whispered. I thought mercy could change the cycle. I was wrong. Silence filled the cabin. Outside, lightning danced across the nebula. Then she looked at me. But the scar, our link, proves it was not in vain. There is still something greater than war. I swallowed hard. You sound like you still have hope. Her lips curved faintly. Hope is a human word. But yes, you taught me that. Before I could answer, the ship's console beeped. Acheron's halo loomed ahead. A ring planet surrounded by a shattered moon. Scans showed remnants of old Varelian tech. This is it, she said. The Heart Forge. The Heart Forge. We landed in the ruins of an orbital facility. Vast towers jutting from the moon's broken crust. The air shimmered with residual energy, and Illyra seemed to grow stronger with every step. This is where it began, she murmured. Where I created the symbiote that now lives in you. The forge and amplify it, or destroy it. I frowned. Destroy it? If I use it, I can sever our link, and your body will return to human normalcy. But the energy surge will kill me. I froze. That's not an option. She met my gaze. It's the only way to stop the regent. He hunts the forge to weaponize the bond. If he finds us, he'll enslave every living being with his power. The ground trembled. Above us, dark shapes descended, more Varelian ships. He already has. I muttered. Illyra looked up, resolve hardening. Then we end here. The final stand. The forge came alive, ancient machinery pulsing with blue light. Illyra stood at its center, arms raised, energy swirling around her like a storm. I stood beside her, plasma rifle ready. Whatever happens, I said, you're not dying for me. She smiled sadly. I'm not dying for you, Ronan. I'm dying with you, if that's what it takes. The enemy ships broke through the clouds, unleashing beams of searing plasma. The ground exploded around us. Illyra's energy field flared, deflecting most of it, but she winced, the strain visible. I fired into the smoke, taking down ground troops that teleported in. The sky was a whirlpool of fire and light. Then the regent appeared, towering, his armor black and silver. You should have stayed buried, Illyra, he growled. The age of compassion is over. She stood tall. No, it's just beginning. He raised his hand, a blade of light forming. Then you will die as a human's pet. I lunged, firing. He swatted the bolts aside effortlessly, then drove his blade toward me. But Illyra intercepted it, screaming as it tore through her shoulder. The pain hit me too, like molten glass through my nerves. The bond flared, and for a moment, our hearts beat as one. She looked at me through the pain. Now, Ronan, together. I understood. I pressed my palm to my scar, and light erupted. A wave of blue energy burst from us, expanding like a supernova. The regent screamed, dissolving into nothing as the forge exploded in a burst of pure brilliance. And then, silence. Ending. Here lies her heart. I woke among the ruins. The forge was gone. The sky was clear. Beside me, Illyra lay motionless, her body peaceful, her eyes closed. The glow of my scar was fading. No, I whispered, shaking her shoulders. You can't. Her fingers twitched weakly. Ronan, I'm here. She smiled faintly. It's done. The bond, it's breaking. You'll live. Tears blurred my vision. I don't want it to break. Her hand rose, trembling, and traced the scar one last time. Here lies my heart, she murmured again, voice fading. Keep it safe. Then the glow vanished from her eyes. The Ford collapsed behind us, and a gentle wind carried starlight dust across her skin. I buried her under the alien sky, marking the grave with a shard of her crown. When I looked down, my scar no longer glowed, but when I pressed my hand to it, I felt warmth, faint but real. In the distance, dawn broke across the horizon of a shattered world. As I climbed aboard the Soul Runner, I whispered into calm, though no one could hear. You didn't die with the war. Illyra, you changed it. When I looked out the viewport, a shimmer of blue light drifted alongside the ship, like a phantom star. And for a moment, I could have sworn I heard her voice in the hum of the engines. Here lies my heart.